what is the situation in Poland itself? We're being joined by another Nigerian who is in Poland, Sopuru Eliazu. Sopuru, thanks for your time. Welcome to the program. Thanks for being with us. This is a difficult time, but am I right to assume that at least you are safe where you are?
Oh yeah, I am safe where I am because the Polish people, like, they are very welcoming. Like, they started helping us right from the borders. Like, everyone's like giving everything. Like, I could just see individuals like moving in with their cars and just putting everything in, and then like it's just all around. Like, everyone is just saying, like, if you don't have any place to stay, come to me. You know, all these type of things. So everyone is just like so welcoming, and yeah, it's very good. But the journey to Poland, I would say yesterday was the worst day of my life.
Now, a lot of people talk about what you've just said, which is that when you get in, the people are very welcoming, but there have been conflicting accounts about what happens at the borders, the immigration, the border guards, and all of that, both at the Ukrainian end and then at the Polish end. What was your experience like?
In general, like, I've been in Ukraine for 10 years. Ukrainians are very nice, except those border guards. Those border guards are like the worst Ukrainians on earth because, first of all, they have to take your passport and before they like stamp it and everything like that. But then yesterday, like, I discovered that this border guard was like, she left our passports to be like the last, and she was actually a racist, and even my friends confirmed it, like, because I came over with Ukrainian people, and you're standing in the freezing temperature for like more than 15 hours, like basically 15 hours, just staying like -4 degrees. So it was just horrible, like, because of the weather especially. And but when you just get across the Ukrainian border, then everything is like very nice. But before that, like, it's very, very cold and very, very hard.
What were you doing in the Ukraine? You said you had been there for 10 years. What were you doing?
Okay, so I finished pharmacy and then I started working in the IT sphere. So yeah, I was working like a sales manager and a project manager in IT.
It must have been disheartening for you what has happened in the last couple of days, and you're having to move so quickly, unexpectedly. How have you processed that, the transition from being this comfortable IT worker in a country that was fairly stable, and then all of a sudden you're having to run?
Yeah, I miss. It's very sad. Like, when I was thinking about it yesterday, like, it's very, very sad and disheartening. Especially I have to leave my friends, but with my job, everything is okay because I'll be working online. So I understand people that don't have anything and don't have any job right now. It's very bad, but for me, I'm pretty much okay. Like, because I was just start working maybe from tomorrow or next. So I just need my computer, which I have currently, and stable internet. So that's good.
You got into Poland this morning, I'm told. Is that correct?
Yeah, I got here by 12 a.m.
That must have been quite the trip, because we're speaking to another Nigerian who is still in the Ukraine earlier. She's actually in Lviv, and she was talking about the difficulties and the fact that information wasn't flowing and all of that. How much of help did you get from the Nigerian embassy in Kiev to make this movement, and how much of help did you get from the Nigerian authorities at the Polish end in order to facilitate your movement?
Well, I'll just say the truth, like, no help at all. So that's just the truth. Because
At both
we are
ends?
giving some numbers. Yes, at both ends. But then I would explain why. Because, like I said, I've been in Ukraine for 11 years. So my friend took me across the border. So we went to a very new border because, like, there are new borders that are open, right? So I don't even think most of these Nigerians like know about it. So like, it was a border that was opened, I think, 4 days ago or even 2 days ago or something like that. So I had to like get the recent and the latest information and then go through that border. So while going through that border, I didn't meet any Nigerian official there. There was no help from any Nigerian official there. Maybe it's because like the border is very new, you know, it was just really recently opened. It's basically like a garage. It's a garage in Poland, you know. But
what's the name of that border? What's the name of that border? Because some of your colleagues who are still in Ukraine may want to use it.
Okay, I have to check. I have to check it right now because it's I was just I just wanted to cross, and then my friend told me like there's a good border, and then I was just going like really fast. I would have to just get the name right now. It's some Russia or something like this. Wait, in Ukrainian it's called Brushi. Brushi.
Brushi.
That's
Okay. How far is
Brushi.
that from
Brushi.
Kiev?
Oh, that's very far. Like with the traffic jam or without the traffic jam?
Both, because apparently Eniola told us that there are a lot of people trying to get out, so there's a tailback at virtually every point.
Okay, so I left from Lviv. And my friend that's on car, that's left with me from Lviv, he's still at the border. He has not crossed yet, so he's still in the traffic jam. So that's like 2 days we're talking about, right? Like, no, yeah, he's going to be there till tomorrow, I think. So if you're talking about from Kiev to get there, and even the person that took us, we had to go through the bush, because he's really very good. He was like, he has been in Ukraine for all his life, maybe more than 40 years old. So he actually knows the routes very well, But then we had to stop at the place where the long cars are, and then we had to walk 2 hours, walk 2 hours. So if you add everything together from Kiev, I think you'll be taking like 4, 5, 6, 7 days.
What are your plans now? From everything you've said, you're not one of those who probably want the Nigerian government to bring you home. Are you? It seems as if from what you've said so far, it looks like you want to stay in Poland, hope that things calm down, and then probably go back to the Ukraine.
Yeah, I would 100% go back to Ukraine. That's 100%. I would go back to Ukraine because I love Ukraine. And yeah, my mom and like the pressure just became too much, So I came from Lviv. So my plans would be like probably to stay in Poland for now, maybe rent an apartment and work from Poland for now. Yeah, that's it.
What was Ukraine like? What was Ukraine like as a country before this?
Oh, Ukraine was home. That's just what I would say. Ukraine was home because I had lots of opportunities to leave. So yeah, my cousins are in America. That's my mom's brother. They're like American citizens. I was told to leave a lot of time in those like that 10 years time that I was in Ukraine, but I didn't want to go because I had my friends there. Like Ukraine was just basically home. I left Nigeria after secondary school, and it was very, very hard to leave. So it was only a war that could separate us. So yeah, I'm going to be in Poland for now. We'll monitor the situation, and when everything is okay, I'm going to go back there. Like it's not like I don't like Nigeria, but then that's just where I go home.
Have you been in touch with your relatives back in Nigeria and in the U.S. since you made this move to Poland? As you said earlier, there was a lot of pressure, and I'm assuming there would also have been a lot of pressure right now, given the situation, for you to get out.
Yes. There's been a lot of pressure, but now everyone is happy that I'm safe. So yeah, I've been in touch with everyone, and like everyone is happy. And yeah, not all of them, but most of them maybe would watch that I'm in like Warsaw on Chinese television. So yeah, that's just it.
Before I let you go, let me ask you finally, what would be your advice for those who are still in the Ukraine, be they students, be they people like you, professionals who were working there before this happened and possibly need to get out, even if temporarily, so that the situation returns to normal? What would you be telling them based on your experience that they should do?
First thing, just just know that the first thing is don't travel very light. That's the first thing. Travel very light. I had lots of stuff in Ukraine, but then I ended up going with like a knapsack. So yeah, I left all all. It said like it's all vanity, right? So I left all my vanity in Lviv, and I ran for my life. So the first thing is travel very light because they're going to be working for 17 hours, like or 20 hours, like from the time I went to the border and then crossing over. You would have to you just have to be ready. Even at one point, my shoulders were paining me. I even wanted to like drop my knapsack and just go like that. So the first thing is travel very light, but when you cross the Ukrainian border, you're pretty much safe. And also, yeah, maybe people could be reaching out on how to leave Lviv, for example. Yeah, they can reach out to me, and maybe we could make some arrangements. But then they would have to walk very long distances. That's just the problem. So you just try your best not to go with all these like big luggages and everything. Like it said in the Bible, it's vanity upon vanity. So you have to leave up all your vanity behind. So that's my advice to everyone.
Do you think having money on you makes any difference?
Oh yes, you have to have money on you. That's a necessary vanity. So you just have to have money on you, and yeah, that's the only thing you should have on you. Just have your money, your passport, and then some little things, like little and your documents, and then that's all, and leave everything behind. Like just that's what's worried. That's how it is. That's the situation. Just leave everything behind, and that's all. Just leave. Maybe with your notebook or laptop. So that's all.
All right, Sapuro Eliazu, thank you so much for your time this morning, and one can only wish you the best of luck in what is a very difficult situation, putting it mildly. Congratulations
Okay.
on making the move to safety, and we hope that as
Thank you very
time
much.
goes on, we'll be able to have you back on the program to share your experience in Poland. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you very much. Have a nice night. Bye.